2385.
United 2363, the airport 11 o'clock and 30 miles.
Airport side.
United 2363, maintain 10,000 until you join. Clear visual approach 235 left, maintain 210 knots.
Maintain 210, 10,000, clear visual, 35 left, United
435, flight in 020, intercept the localizer, maintain the 11,000.
020 to intercept, and out of 13 for 11,000, United 435.
United Southwest 5486, reduce speed to 170.
Reduce speed 170, skies 5486.
Southwest 5486, once you're at 170, descend maintain 10,000.
Once we're at 170, descend maintain 10,000, skies 5486.
Southwest 5545, reduce speed to 170.
Go to 170, skies 5545.
Approach skies 5371, out of 13, 8 descending 13,000, 210 knots.
Southwest 5371, reduce speed to 210, then maintain 13,000.
We're doing 210 now and down to 13,000, skies 5371.
Good morning.
170 Raider, Intel Franz, over to tower, skies 5234, see you.
1480, expect moderate turbulence in the clouds through about 19.5, for the next 10 to 12 miles or so.
Oh yeah, we had between 27 and 26, it was continuous high chop, occasional moderate, and now we're going to hit the clouds here about 24.5.
1480, I'm showing lights moderate turbulence 12 o'clock and 5 miles, about 3 miles in diameter.
1488, thanks.
360,
Approach, maintain 13,000.
080 down to 13,000, United 604.
South 1694 is on the 060 heading now.
Southwest 1694, thanks.
You too.
03, turn left heading 120.
Left turn 120, 403.
United 435, make sure you're at 11,000, please. There's going to be traffic 9 o'clock, 4 miles eastbound, Boeing 737, 10,000.
Okay, sir, we're going to be leveling at 11,000, United 435.
United 403, in that turn, report traffic 10 o'clock, 3 miles northeastbound, Boeing 737, your company at 11,000.
Inside United 403.
United 403, maintain visual separation.
Maintain visual, 403.
7014,000, United 2364.
United 2364, maintain 250 on the speed.
270 knots, United 2364.
250.
250, United 2364.
United 604, maintain 250 on the speed.
250 on the speed, United 604.
Southwest 1694, reduce speed to 250.
Reduce to 250 knots, Southwest 1694. Denver approach, skies 3092, flight level 255, descending via the ski to 260 knots currently, published speeds after ski.
Skywest 3092, Denver approach, nothing worse than light turbulence on your arrival today. Change your runway, expect visual approach on 35 right.
Okay, change runway to 35 right, skies 3092.
Thank you, flight in 020 and join the final. Clear visible approach on 35 left. Follow your company and maintain 10,000 until you join.
10,000 still join, and we clear the visual behind the company, 403.
403, thank you, maintain 170 knots until advised.
170 until advised, 403.
United Skywest 371, flight in 020, intercept the localizer, just maintain 11,000.
And 020, intercept 35 left, localizer down to 12,000, skies 5371, airports and 7 matters.
Thank you. Skywest 5371, I tell you what, cross total at 10,000, clear visible approach on 35 left.
Chula, 10,000, clear for the visual, 35 left, Skywest 5371.
Skywest 5371, stay at 210 knots until advised, please.
210 knots, still advised, skies 5371.
United 1403, can you increase speed to 190?
325 to intercept, Skywest 5228, and we have the airport in sight.
Skywest 3228, clear visual approach, 35 right, maintain 210 knots.
Clear visual, 35 right, 210 knots, Skywest 5228.
403, 190 if you can.
190, no problem.
United 2363, tower down, 133.3.
Work out.
5665, contact approach 123.85. 4, contact approach 120.8.
20.8, United 2364.
Greater to Franz, with Franz, contact tower 133.3, good day.
170 Betterville, Franz, tower at Franz, 33.3, American 2235.
Approach United 2364, 180, descending 13,000.
United 2364, Denver approach, good afternoon.
10,000, Alaska 764.
Skywest 5665, to maintain 10,000.
Maintain 10,000, Gus 5665.
United 435, reduce speed to 170 knots, please, to Diamond.
We're slowing now, United 435.
Scout 5546, you'll follow that traffic 11 o'clock and 4 miles eastbound. In the turn, CRJ, report of insight.
250 knots, Gus 3092.
Gus, Air 4822, 21.2, descending via with India.
Unit Air 4822, Denver approach, nothing worse than light turbulence on the arrival today. Expect the visual approach to 35 left.
35 left, 4822.
Southwest 1694, maintain 13,013.
Maintain 13,000, 1694.
Southwest 5267, runway 35 left.
Roger.
Southwest 5545, flight in 020, intercept the localizer.
020, intercept 35 left low.
Southwest 5486, turn left heading 080.
Left heading 080, Gus 5046.
Bravo Juliet is 5 miles northeast of Longmont at 7500 with VFR request.
Calling VFR request from Longmont, stand by a second.
Stand by, Bravo Jet.
Gus 5545.
5545, maintain 10,000 until established on the localizer, clear visual approach runway 35 left.
10,000 until established, cleared visual 35 left, Gus 5545.
Tower 133.3, good day.
I'm in the 12, United 550.
470 to Franz, and then Towers, guys, 5228, happy day.
United 403, Tower Diamond 133.3.
Tower Diamond 323, 4036.
5267, descending, reduce speed to 190, then descend maintain 10,000.
Slow to 190, then continue down to 10,000, Skywest 5267.
Roger, if you're in between, it's fine. Just go 10,000, then 190 speed works.
We'll get to both of them as quick as we can.
Scout 5665, reduce speed to 190.
Float 109 knots, Gus 5665.
Scout 5486, flight in 020, and join the final, clear visual approach runway 35 left.
020 and join the final cleared visual 34 left, Skywest 5046.
Scout 5486, that's clear visual approach on 35 left.
35 left, cleared visual approach, Skywest 5046.
Scout 5486, thank you. Follow your company and maintain 10,000 until you join up, please.
Call company, maintain 10,000 until we join, Skywest 5046. Skywest 3092.
Dozer?
5486, there'll be an Airbus off your right, landing 35 left.
to 15,000, United 551.
Scout 5267, reduce speed to 170.
Guys, 5267, 170 knots.
Scout 5665, reduce speed to 170.
Float 107 knots, Gus 5665.
Scout 5371, contact tower over Diamond. Again, hold at 170 until Diamond, please.
170 Diamond Tower at Diamond, guys 5371.
Scout 5665, turn 10 degrees to the left.
10 degrees left, Gus 5665.
Seeing Denver approach, expect the visual approach on a 12 left at Metro. Denver altimeter is 3022. Southwest 1694, contact approach 120.8.
20.8, thanks, 1694.
Southwest 1488, contact approach 120.8. 080.
That's 00, Gus 5665.
1,000.
Trouble 1694, Denver approach, you'll enter light precipitation in 2 miles, UV2, and about 5 miles, light drop reported by 737 in front of you.
1694.
Clock 4 miles, northbound, CRJ at 10,000, report of insight, please.
Field and the traffic aside, Gus 5665.
Scout 5665, roger, maintain visual separation, have a turn to follow.
Maintain visual separation for now, Gus 5665.
Scout 5486, traffic off your left, leave your company, they have you in sight, maintain a visual separation.
Traffic size, Skywest 5046.
05, Denver approach, Denver altimeter is 3022, expect visual approach on 935 left.
260 knots.
Southwest 1305, just comply with speeds on the arrival, and I'm curious what runway the center gave you.
35 left.
Thank you.
1000 United 2364.
Southwest 1694.
165, Alaska 764, good day.
Center maintain 11000, Southwest 16.
5665, flight at 020 and join the final. Clear approach runway 35 left, follow your company.
Follow company, left 020, clear for the visual, 35 left, Gus 56.
Hey, Daz. What's up, buddy?
United 551.
We're gonna do some coastal flying today. The weather is nice up here. There's no rain, there's no real clouds to speak of. Portland to North Bend. Looks like it's all pretty much no clouds, so it should be pretty visual. The weather at Portland. 6-mile-an-hour winds. Not a cloud in the sky, 10-mile visibility. There's a few clouds, 25,000, so no issues. The altimeter is 3000. So we're going to file IFR today. Is it the Portland 1 or the Portland 2? It's Portland 2. I need to update that. Portland 2. So we'll save. I'm going to file 220. I could do VFR, but I'm about to go all the way up 220. So we'll add up our fuel. So 782 and 232, 635 and 200. So I use trip, continuous, coming back to Portland, and taxi. That's what I use for my normal fuel. And then divide that by 6.5, which is the weight of a gallon of Jet A, which is 284 gallons. And 284 is 142 gallons per wing. Altimeter is 99. They're taking off on the 28s, and we're current with information Yankee. It's VFR conditions. North Bend is winds 320, so we'll probably land on 23. Maybe, I don't know. I'll figure that out when we get closer. Otherwise, it's clear, 10 miles visibility. If it shows clear, that means there's no clouds, 1,200 feet above the airport at all. And altimeter is the same, basically. Close enough. So we're going to file an IFR, and this is CPD LC capable, so we're going to do a text clearance. We're in November 1399, B350 slant Golf, text clearance 220. All that looks good. Put that on file. This is our route. There we are. Okay, flight plans on file. All right, I need 142 per wing of Coast Pilot. Hey, buddy. Hey, sorry about yesterday. The sim crashed, like big time crashed, like big. I couldn't even exit out of it. I couldn't, like it froze. The screen froze on that last scene that you saw where it was on the FMC and I was trying to do a direct to type of thing on the CRJ, and it just completely froze. And the stream cut out, VATSIM cut out, everything cut out. So I tried alt tabbing. Alt tabbing didn't work. I tried doing alt control delete to do a task manager and process crap, and none of that worked. So the only way I could get my computer back was to do a hard reset via the power button. So I had to hold down the power button for 2 seconds, which, as you know, is not good for Windows because it's not a good shutdown of Windows. So I had to restart the whole computer, and then I had to do a scan of the Windows files because I was sure there would be corrupted files, and there were because of that. So I had to fix all the corrupted files from the bad shutdown. So then I forwarded all that information to Aerosoft, filed a ticket on their support forums, and they were luckily able to reproduce the issue. So, and I'm not the only one. Other people were complaining of the same thing. So I'm not flying that again until they fix it. That was irritating to say the least. You vanished. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I looked at the video afterward to see if it showed, where it froze, and it did. It just stopped. It just vanished. Just vanished. So knowing that you had just resubbed, you're the main reason for me thinking to do this flight today down the Portland coast. I feel like we both got gypped out of that one, but it's all right. At least they were able to reproduce the issue, so they will fix it, and that's the main thing. It's kind of like, you take a car to a mechanic and you tell them what it's doing, but yet they can't make it do they don't have the same problem, or they can't make it do the problem. So then it's like a needle in the haystack. But when they can reproduce the issue, then it makes it way easier for them to figure out what's causing the lag. Like even entering in the flight plan was so laggy, and that I read other forums too where people were complaining about the FPS loss was just crazy when they were dealing with the FMS part. So yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit before I try that sim again, because that was horrible. I had to do a whole bunch of work to get Windows running properly again. Pain in the rump. This plane is still on sale till tonight, so feel free to convince me to spend more money. Oh yeah, man, this is like my favorite, all-time favorite GA aircraft, and they've updated it a few times in the last month. So I'm still using an old version because I'm with the mindset, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I really like the way that this version flies. So I don't want to mess it up by downloading, because I've read that like the replays don't really work, but in the version I'm using, it does work. So this version I'm using is like over a year old, but it works fine for me. But the new version, or the latest version rather, is supposed to be really nice. So I just like, I'm on the fence kind of, but I'm still leaning toward the side that I don't want to update it, just because I like the flight model, and I know that they have fine-tuned the flight model to make it a little bit more realistic, but I don't really care about that as much. I just like the way this one flies, so until it stops working, I probably will just stick with what I got because I like it. And Coast Pilot, I fly the Kodiak and new Thuranda Beaver. Yeah, you and Das would get along great. He loves the Beaver. That's what she said. Freaking fuel issues. I stockpiled some drums at Tillamook for emergencies, but never thought Medford would run dry. You talking about FS economy? I had thought about using the Beaver in FSC, but I got Hilly and TBM already, and it crosses similar realms. To use rep? Yeah, use rep. Link it up. Yeah, the rep is pretty cool that you can link it to FS economy. I don't, because I only have rep on what is it? The Baron. But I don't even use the Baron anymore. I use the Cessna 310, which is a really nice aircraft. So I don't even bother with rep anymore. But I mean, I'm not dissing rep. Rep is awesome, especially since they can have it sync with FS economy. It's super cool. You're living in FSC today? Yeah, because you're having to stock up the fuel. Where do you go? Do you fly to like an airport, buy up a bunch of fuel, and then you just drop it off at your FBO? I'm assuming you own an FBO. I just dropped fuel drums at the airport, and FSC remembers them. So if you drop the fuel drums, does it automatically add fuel to where other people can buy fuel? Is that what that means? I've never done that, obviously. It had 0 Jet A for weeks. And Dad says he uses FSC a lot on most flights as it gives me places to fly, even if I hate it for even more reasons. They're just for you? Oh. Well, that's kind of cool. So you don't have an FBO then? You're just stocking airports for your own use, if I'm following this right? Time to try to get Orbix to work. Yeah, I know you've been having some problems with that. All right. Battery on. The drums just hang out. Cool. Cool, cool. Gentie is on. External power is blinky blinky, so we'll connect that. Clear those out. Do a bus test. Got Gentie lights, so all's good. Reset. Check our volts. 28. Inverter buses should go out when I test those. Inverters are working. Turn on our nav, tail light, lights, cabin lights, seat belts. Do an emergency fuel test, fuel cutoff test. Pumps on. Make sure it shuts off the valve, which it does. Do the same thing on the right side over here. So you would cut off the fuel and then you would hit the extinguisher if you need it. So it's actually a two-step process to put out an engine fire. So this is just a test to make sure those work. We'll arm the O2, give the mask a test. Check our alerts. Oxygen is 100%. Been a while since I've flown this plane. Battery bus in the up normal position. Engine anti-ice on for ground ops to keep FOD from going in the engine. And we are ready to load her up. Into a full load. BRB, got to start my return flight from Medford. Okay, bud. We'll be here. Frigate's tired. Alright, let's do... Not going for the most realistic weights here, but trying to get the CG right. And a way it would look like everything is full. See, CG is fine. Let me see if I can make this 300. No. 400. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4, 2. Let's try this. 250. That looks good. We'll apply that weight. Everybody is on board. Making some of those ladies heavy, I guess, but maybe they won't complain too much. PM pilot, hey buddy. Turn on the baggage compartment. Which edition of MSFS did you get? Whatever the cheapest one is, like the standard, I guess. I can't remember the exact name, but I only got the cheapest one, just because I didn't care about the added airplanes that you get with it, because it's not my main sim. I only got it really for the CRJ, and the CRJ with the current version is still a little bit broke, or a lot broke actually, as I found out yesterday. But like I was saying earlier, that me and a bunch of others filed bug reports, and they are able to reproduce the issue, so they're going to fix it. But yeah, I just have the standard Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is good enough for me. Worldwide ortho. Don't have to pay for ortho. That's why I was trying to fly into Paro yesterday, but I didn't get very far, so I'm going to have to try it again once they fix the airplane. It's supposed to be like one of the most dangerous approaches, which should be pretty fun. Alright, close up. Good on that. And we can remove our steps. And we'll do beacon light on. Start engine 1. And the additional airports. Correct, yeah, that's the other thing. So you get like airports. Whoa. That spun up pretty fast. Faster than I remember. Yeah, so you get like additional airports. You get some additional airplanes with the more expensive packages. I'd rather just pay for the airplanes that I want, like individually. Because I would have gotten, you know, the most expensive package and then still gotten the Aerosoft CRJ, so might as well just spend the money on what I'm going to actually fly. But you're right. I mean, they are good bargains especially if it's your only sim. Go full forward on that. I know it's not your only sim, but like people that are just starting out, it make more sense, obviously, to get that type of package. We'll disconnect external power. And we'll disconnect the ground power unit. We'll reset. Gen 1. External power's off. 28 volts. You would get in deluxe, etc. Right? So my third sim. It's your third? Yeah, it's my third too, I think. Is it third? Yeah, it's my third. My very first sim, actually, is not X-Plane. It's DCS. So I got my start in flight sims. Well, I guess that's not entirely accurate. I did use Microsoft Flight Simulator, you know, 2000 or whatever, like, you know, way back in the day. That was my first flight sim that I messed around with. But, you know, in current times, like I went many years without flying any sims at all. Just too busy with other activities. Like I was huge into motorcycle clubs. So that took all my time. But then I got out of that and then I started flight simming again. So I got back into DCS when the A10 came out a long time ago. Played around with that. And then the Hornet came out. So then I got, you know, really heavy into the Hornet, as you know. Keep forgetting that. Reset. Reset. And then leave it on triple. So, yeah, I did a, and then my friends that oh, actually, I'm forgetting one. The P51 Mustang on DCS. I flew that, and for about a year before I got to Hornet. That's right. So actually, I got to Hornet after X-Plane. So I flew the P51, and I met some friends through the DCS community way well before streaming, and it was 3 of us. Actually, back in those days, it was more like 7 of us. We flew, but I'm still flying with 3 of them. And we all flew P51 missions. And my buddy Will, who I flew the P51s with, he's the one that introduced me to X-Plane. And then I mess around with X-Plane. My first payware for X-Plane was the Flight Factor 767, and I flew that around the world. And then I was like, I need more of a challenge. So that's when I started joining ATC, and I started taking online courses to learn airspace and phraseology and, you know, proper ways of doing things, to where eventually, as history would take me, now we're on PilotEdge and doing ATC on PilotEdge with probably about 20 different airplanes that I've bought over the years. And then I got the Hornet for DCS, so I fly that now pretty much strictly. You know, every now and then the Mustang, but mainly the Hornet. And then Microsoft Flight Sim was my latest purchase with the CRJ in mind, and that's just so I could fly that on the networks. So what started off as a flight sim is more, to me, the fun is you know, throwing switches and clicking buttons. That's why I like airliners so much, and the ATC stuff, talking on the radio. And then it all kind of coupled in with the streaming, you know, like streaming gave me more people to talk to and chat with and help, you know, with learning stuff, because I enjoy teaching as well as flying. And Commander Decode, hey buddy, how you doing today? How was your Memorial Day weekend? All right, I already filed the flight plan. Let's do another bus test here. So we got Gentide lights here. Gentide, battery died, straight Gentide. So we'll reset those. Those go away. We're still good on power. We're going to set the bleeds. So we need 11 psi per bleed. So we got 11 on that. We'll turn that off. The right one is 11. So they're both good. So we'll turn them both on. Auto, auto. It's 80 degrees. So we'll cool things off. Gyro suction, pneumatic pressure is normal. And we are about ready to get the avionics fired up. Good, just picking up the King Air on sale. Yeah, that's what Das was saying, that it's still on sale. You can't go wrong, man. Can't go wrong. It's my favorite GA plane. It's like an airliner. You know, it's as complicated as an airliner, but it's a GA aircraft, so it's study level. Unless you don't want to study level stuff, and then you could just go here and click, if I can make it stay up, before takeoff, you know, like everything's already running. But what's the fun in that? You had a good Memorial Day weekend. Glad to see someone streaming this plane so I can learn. Yeah, so also, before I forget, I upload most, not all, but most of my videos to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is broke into playlists per aircraft. I'm one of the few YouTubers that do that. So you can see the link to my YouTube down on the bottom of my Twitch page. Click on that link, and if you click subscribe on the YouTube, you'll get notified when I upload these videos too. And of course, that doesn't cost anything. But click on my playlist, and then click on. Hey, thanks for the follow, Commander. Much appreciated, buddy. Welcome aboard. But yeah, so go to my YouTube playlist, look up the King Air, and I'm very, like, my brain is just very methodical when it comes to doing, I do the same thing, very, like, I don't really change how I do my checks. My flows are all pretty much the same standard way. So you can pretty much just watch 1 or 2 King Air videos on my YouTube and you'd have a good idea of how I do things. But yeah, man, if you have any questions as I'm going through this stuff, don't hesitate to ask. So let's get the inverters fired up. If I can, where are they? Here we go. So we got 1, 2, throw on the inverters over here, our EFIS, and then avionics. Turn on the radio. Now I have a mod, a GTN 750 mod for this airplane, which is a single GTN mod, and the reason I like this mod is it keeps the Collins radios. I really like the Collins radios. And I can link that if you want, if anybody wants, I can give you the link to that. It's on the org, just download it, and the guy keeps it up to date with the current version of this plane. So that's also good. Let's make sure our autopilot works here, so do that. Do an autopilot light test. Do heading, pitch trim, rudder boost, clear out the caution, trim for takeoff. Then I'll do 1 notch of flaps. Whoops. Almost knocked my honeycomb yoke off the tail. Commander Code says, I look for as much realism, so study level is what I want. Yeah, man, this is a great plane for that. I'm the same way, exactly the same way. That's why I love PilotEdge. As you'll see, like I'll be getting my clearance and ground taxi and everything. So everything I do is as real as I can make it in a sim, just like you would fly it in the real world. So all procedures, everything. I'll be talking to a controller here in a moment. But yeah, I love study level aircraft. All my aircraft, a lot of them are study level. And that's my issue is if I can justify and fly it over others. Yeah. I'll check out YouTube as well. Thanks. Yeah, you bet, man. That would be great. Good afternoon from Massachusetts, I'm assuming. Nary P200. How you doing, buddy? Like the gang is all here. Everybody likes some King Air action today. All right, we are trimmed. Flaps are set. Let's turn on the furnace and coffee maker for our passengers who are back here. And we'll do an E-light check. All lights work. We'll slave our gyros. Push that mode button once on both sides. That slaves the gyros for the avionics. And we're going to grab our ATIS. So we are here at Portland. 23 feet at Portland. 128.35. So we'll dial in over here. 128. I'm using a SATEC radio panel to dial that in.
We'll contact you. Have information, Yankee. Portland International Airport. ATIS information, Yankee. 1753 Zulu. Wind 290 at 6. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 25. Dew point 13. Altimeter 299er. Arriving and departing runways 28 left, 28 right. Visual approaches in use. Simultaneous approaches to parallel runways in use. VFR departures, contact clearance, delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Notice to airmen runway 21 closed. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Yankee.
Alright, we are current with the Yankee, and the altimeter is 99. And we are at 23 feet, so that is correct. Altimeters are set. Altitude checks, and we are facing 195 on the compass, so avionics are correct. We're going to grab our ATIS, which I did through CPT LC. You doing good, Nary Pete? Good to hear it, buddy. Coast pilot made it to cruise before you departed. Good timing so far. Yeah, it usually takes me about 45 minutes with the more complicated aircraft to get off the ground. About the same with the airliners, about 45 minutes setup. Also depends on how busy the stream is too. Could take me up to an hour if I have a busy stream. Like today I have a pretty busy stream. Alright, so I need to get this going. So we're gonna bring up our clearance, just a text clearance through PilotEdge, and my call sign is 1399. So we'll log in, and then this will take about 30 seconds or so, or less, hopefully, to get our clearance. And I need to enter in the flight plan. I'm waiting for it. It'll come up with a ATC message here at some point. There we go. ATC message. I go next and standby. If you don't hit standby, this whole thing disappears after a minute and a half unless you hit accept. So I just hit standby, and if you hit standby, it will stay up there for as long as you need to go over it. So we are cleared to North Bend Airport via Portland 2 departure, and then what is Newburgh? UBG is the Newburgh VOR. Then it's filed. And I write down 6,000. So 6,000 is our initial altitude. Expect flight level 220 within 5 minutes of departure. Departure is 18.42. And squawk is the next page. Squawk 4073. .4073. All that's good, so we're going to accept it. So that closes out the CPDLC clearance. So we can, I can close that out. We'll change back to the game source. And then I need to get my weather loaded, because that little program for some reason kicks out my weather. Active Sky, it doesn't do that, but FS Global Real Weather, it does kick it offline. So I just have to restart that, but that only take me a minute. It's not that big of a deal, because it's kind of a cool feature, so I don't mind having a little hindrance, and eventually they'll fix it. Eventually, I have faith. I have faith that they'll fix it. All right, so I'm going to monitor ground control so we can have some background noise. Tower is 18.7, so we'll get 18.7. So that way we can listen to the ATC people, and we'll dial in our squawk, which is 4073. We'll enter that, and then we're going to go flight plan. Newburgh is UBG. Newburgh, and then load airway, just 287.
Let's do one check. 2.
And we're taking that to OTH.
421, passing 14,100 for 13,000.
OTH, load.
Approach, good afternoon, information X-ray current.
And then North Bend Airport. So there we are. Flight plan is loaded. And my weather is downloaded, so now I need to transfer it. Transponder code is good. We are cleared to 6,000 feet, heading selected. And auto ignition check. We'll turn these on. And these lights will extinguish when we get power, which they did. So we are good on auto ignition. And we're going to do windshield heat on normal. And I need to reload my clouds now that I've updated the weather. So now there really aren't any clouds, so I guess that didn't make any difference. let's do a prop de-ice test. So you'll see here you have auto. So this is prop amps, so it will heat up the prop. So it's in the green, so you know that that is working. So we'll keep ice off of that, and then we'll do a surface de-ice test. When you do that, you have to have full conditioner lever. It's because you need the max power. So then you do, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so surface de-ice, down arrow, manual. So when you do a manual, you'll get a wing and then a tail. So manual, you'll see the wing de-ice, and then you'll get the tail. I'm still holding down the button. Then you let go, and then what that does is it fills these boots up with air, which kicks off ice. And this plane does simulate ice, so you'll see ice on the leading edge when there is icing conditions. Now we'll do a ground idle test, which is right here, ground idle stop. So you press and hold that. We'll bring our RPM up to 1500. And then when you get to 1500, you just let go of the switch without moving the throttle. See, I'm not touching the throttle. And this is going back to idle. So now you move the throttle and it goes back to normal. Now we're going to do an auto feather test. So same thing, auto feather test. Power up to 1500, looking for AFX lights. We got AFX lights, which are auto feather lights. And then we're going to feather each prop. Left. Good feather. Get the engine stable. Feather the right. Good feather on the right. And I'm holding down that test button the entire time I do this. So now I'm letting go of the test button. And we're back at idle. I'm going to arm auto feather. So auto feather is now armed. Cabin pressure check. We are at sea level. So we're going to do 500 feet below sea level, which is right there. So we'll bring this down to 500. We'll hit this test button, which will give us about 800 feet per minute down. And it's basically testing cabin pressure. So it's pressurized, so all is good with cabin pressure. So we'll set this for our cruise, which is 220. So we're going to go up to 230, which will give us a cabin altitude of 4,500 feet. And we'll do a descent rate at 500 feet per minute. So you put the little dot at, that'd be 10 o'clock. And that would give you 500 feet per minute on the cabin rate. So when the cabin climbs, it would be plus or minus around 500 to 800 feet per minute. So that way you don't pop your customers' ears too much. "14 hours to copy from one drive to another. Why must I have so much scenery?" Oh, yeah, that's right. You bought a new external drive, didn't you? New drive, yep. Yeah, he got like a new drive because he needed to partition it for Linux, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, Das, but I'm trying to remember what you told me. So you're having to partition it in a certain way for the Orbix scenery to work because you don't have Windows. So EFIS test, you press and hold for 7 seconds.
Negative. Flying 040, descend and maintain 4,000, and correction 5,000, and the airport is.
We'll do taxi light.
040, 4,000.
Actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, that's right. Taxi and Rico light.
Split 21, cleared visual approach runway 21.
And we'll update our ATIS.
Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 27. Dew point 13. Altimeter 29 or 9 or 7. Arriving and departing runways 10 left, 10 right. Visual approaches in use. Simultaneous approaches to parallel runways in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Notice to airmen runway 321 closed. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Yankee. Portland International Airport. ATIS information, Yankee. 1853 Zulu. Wind variable at 5. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 27. Dew point 13. Altimeter 299 Arriving and departing runways 10 left, 10 right. Visual approaches in use. Simultaneous approaches to parallel runways in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery.
So we're using the 10s now.
And if flight following is requested.
Okay.
Notice to airmen runway 321 closed. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. Have information, Yankee.
All right, we're go Yankee. I hit nav data so I can get the winds on the corner there. So we are good. Altimeter is reset. We're going to put the prop in the beta mode. So I actually put it into reverse first, then beta. Push it into beta. And we're going to squawk altitude so I don't forget. In the real world, you would just do ground and you would do altitude when you're holding short. And we'll do a wiper check here. Track IR, and we'll do the brakes, chocks.
Slow 21, contact Spokane Tower 118.3.
Slow 21, push 118.3.
So we're going to be doing 10 left.
Slow 21, check. 2. Spokane Tower, slow 21, descending 7,100 for 4,000. Request a right base for initial runway 21 and then flight split.
10 left is 18.7. So we are good on that.
Slow 21, Spokane Tower, runway at 21, clear touch and go.
Slow 21, clear touch and go, runway 21, and then slow 21 will be doing a flight split at the completion of the touch and go, and then we'll be full stop.
Slow 21, you're just going to do a flight split for close, right?
Slow 21, A firm.
Roger.
Good afternoon, Portland ground, King Air 1399, Atlantic with Yankee, ready to taxi.
Air 1399, Portland ground, good morning. Runway 10 left at Tango, taxi via Alpha.
10 left at Tango via Alpha 1399. Alright, so we have to go 10 left at Tango via Alpha. So we just cruise up Alpha here. We'll go to Tango.
Spokane Tower, slow 21, D-skew down.
Slow 21, wind 220 at 621, put on correction, clear touch and go.
Slow 21, clear touch and go, runway 21.
It's not as easy to drive it around outside. It's kind of like when I used to fly remote control aircraft. That was a blast. I used to love doing that. Alright, we got controls on the left, controls on the right are good. And we'll do auto ignition on for takeoff.
Slow 21 close, left close to bridge.
We are
Slow 21 left
trimmed
close.
for takeoff. Flaps are set for takeoff. Oil, everything is good. We'll do pitot heat, stall warning. And the
Slow
wind
22,
is
close
093 at 5.
Slow
So
22
it's
base
like
clear down.
a really
Slow 22,
left
runway 21 clear line.
crosswind, but it's only 5 knots.
Slow 22 clear.
So it's not bad. It's a little bit of a left crosswind on departure. So we'll just do some correction when the... Actually, I should be doing wind correction while we taxi. Technically, you just don't think about it in a sim as much as you do in real life. I should probably try to get in the habit of doing that for when I do take up a 172 in real life. We're coming up to Tango.
Slow 21 base gear down.
So we'll switch to tower.
Slow 2 runway 21 clear to land.
Departure
Slow 21,
is
clear to land, runway 21.
1842. Turn on our landing lights and strobes. Turn off our engine anti-ice. Take the
Slow 22, where are you headed?
props out of beta. Prop sync on.
Just let us know you made the mistake. That way we can give you additional instructions. Then you guys can return to runway 21. Slow 22, roger.
And we are holding short, so you have to give the intersection. Portland Tower, King Air 1399, holding short, 10 left to Tango.
1399 Portland Tower, fly heading 065. Fly ahead, correction, flying 065, runway 10 left.
Heading 065, 10 left to Tango, clear for takeoff, 1399. Alright, so...
Slow 22, base gear down, runway 21.
We're good here, we'll do 065.
21, slow 21.
065. Apparently I inhaled air. Maybe that doesn't agree with me. Alright. We are ready for rocket. So, left correction. And conditioner lever is full. 50% power.
Auto feather lights on.
Bring up the
Airspeed alive.
torque to about 90%.
Slow 21, welcome to Spokane, straight ahead. Correction, left on golf, into the ramp this frequency. Slow 21, left on golf this frequency. I'm gonna wait for my wingman to taxi back.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Gear coming up. Flaps out.
Attitudes check.
You have to climb runway heading till you're 400 feet above the ground before you can make a legal turn. So we can't turn on course till now, 400 feet. So we'll turn toward heading 065. And I overshot.
King Air 1399 connect departure.
Over to departure 1399, see ya. Let's work over to Portland departure 1842, and I'll point the nose down a little bit. Portland departure, King Air 1399, Portland 2, leaving 1,900 for 6,000. Portland departure, King Air 1399.
King Air 1399, Portland departure.
Roger. I'm on the Portland 2, leaving 3,200 for 6,000.
King Air 1399, radar contact and climb and maintain 15,000.
Climb maintain 15,000, 1399.
That's 15,000.
15,000 for 139er.
I warned you we'd give you a hard time, Chase.
I know it, I know it.
Tree Fife.
Slow 21 logging off.
Yep. Slow 21, have a great day, we'll see you.
Alright, we got climb. I activated climb, which is down here. It's climb mode, so climb mode will keep it at a certain speed, and it will hold basically 2,000 feet with the right amount of torque in the climb.
Ground, TBM 493 Whiskey.
TBM 493 Whiskey, Flagstaff ground.
Flagstaff ground, TBM 493 Whiskey. We'd like to pick up VFR flight following to the Grand Canyon Airport at 8,500, and we have Whiskey.
Your TBM 900?
Affirmative.
TBM 493 Whiskey, departure frequency, Phoenix departure 133.57.
And Commander Co, glad to hear someone using PilotEdge as well. I'm used to VATSIM.
Departure will be 1.
Cannot say inhaling.
And 4477.
Go, let alone it's.
You're back correct. Sky 40,
Right.
673, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 8 at Alpha and
so yeah, my start on online started with VATSIM, and I still do fly on VATSIM.
Mainly 1399, turn right heading 200 vectors for Newburgh.
Right turn 200 vectors for Newburgh 1399. 200. 200. Okay. So I got my start on VATSIM like most people do, and I took a bunch of online certifications when I first started through VATStar, and I have my instrument rating through VATStar. I have my VFR and instrument rating, and then I took so I spent about a good year and a half on VATSIM alone before moving on to PilotEdge. And then when I went to PilotEdge, that's when I started taking their seminars, their IFR and VFR seminars. And then I've done the CAT ratings and I ratings, but I didn't do them in any kind of order. And I never, wanted a test. I don't like having.
1399, clear direct Newburgh, resume on navigation.
Clear direct Newburgh, resume on navigation, 1399. So we're going to go Newburgh, and we're going to change FMS, Newburgh, activate, nav, on nav, turn toward Newburgh, continue to climb.
69 1 delay, thanks.
And I need to reduce the prop, the red here.
Faster ground, Sky 4672.
Yes.
And
SimCaesar says hi. Hi. Tell him I'm not Marcus, though.
these guys kill me. So I got my instrument rating and everything through VATSTAR, and then PilotEdge seminars and CAT ratings and I ratings, which I took out of order. And then PilotEdge is pretty much where I live. Probably like 80% of my flying is on PilotEdge because I pay for it. I pay for both subscriptions, $35 a month, which really isn't too bad considering I fly every day, twice a day. So $35 is not bad for someone like me. And a lot of people say that's kind of expensive. But if you only fly on the weekends, then you don't really need a PilotEdge subscription unless you're really trying to learn proper ways of doing things. Then it's worth every penny if you're trying to learn how to do things like you would in the real world. Its weight is worth in gold, or however you say that. But yeah, if you only fly on the weekends, and VATSIM's fine.
1399, contact Seattle Center 121.4.
Seattle Center 121.4, 1399. So 121.4. Pop that over there. Seattle Center, King Air 1399, 12,500, climbing 5,000.
King Air 1399er, Seattle Center, climb maintain flight level 220.
Climb and maintain flight level 200, 1399. Alright, going all the way up. Keep adding in this torque. So streaming has really made it nice to where I've met as far as meeting is concerned, getting to know them on a more of a personal level. These controllers, like the Austin, who Aviator is on Twitch. Actually, I think he's streaming right now. I was watching his flight earlier before I started my flight. He's flying Microsoft CRJ actually, and Hawker driver who's actually controlling me right now. But Austin's also a controller, so Twitch has allowed me to meet these controllers that I probably drove up the wall for many years while I was learning this stuff. Trust me, I made a ton of mistakes when I first started. They probably hated me. But eventually you start understanding this stuff, the lingo, and it doesn't get as scary anymore. Alright, we got the lights out. L damper is on. Seatbelts, we can turn the seatbelts off. Cabin pressure should be climbing. Yeah, we're up there now, so we're good on cabin pressure. Last thing to do is standard transition altitude, where everywhere in the United States is 18,000 feet. Otherwise known as flight level 180. It's funny that he was messing around with me saying, 15,000 and tree instead of 3 and all that, which is completely accurate. Like, that's the proper way of doing it. And I guess they do it because those numbers can sound like other instructions. So that's how they make sure that everybody's on the same page, by having that phonetic accent to those numbers and letters and such. But yeah, I hear it way more on VATSIM. The controllers on VATSIM are not correct. PilotEdge corrects a lot more than VATSIM does, but VATSIM doesn't always do things according to real world either. They get away with a lot more nonsense. But you do hear like the fife and the tree and that type of stuff on VATSIM more than you hear it on PilotEdge. But he's absolutely correct. That's the proper way to say those numbers in aviation, and there's a reason for it. It's not to sound silly. So everybody understands the instruction because they sound similar. I'm not sure what fife would be confused with, like 5,000. Like what else could 5 sound like? It's got to be a reason for it. I just don't know what it is.
Or 493 Whiskey, Flagstaff Tower, proceed on course, runway 21, clear for takeoff.
Coming up to our cruise. So that climb mode, as you saw, we kept getting slower, but you won't stall. It does it automatically. So it's not vertical speed mode, it's climb mode all the way up to your cruise, whatever that may be. And when I get to the cruise, then I take out the conditioner levers to low idle, and then I back out the props to about 16.5. And then I usually keep this at 90 because the torque will increase as we increase speed, so I'm going to have to lower that again probably, and lower it to 88. Alright, seatbelts are off, all that stuff is good. Let's give our passengers some tables. iPads. Oh, speaking of iPads, or electronics in general, I just bought a new laptop. I ordered one last night while it was on sale. Got a really good deal on it. It was like almost $500 off. So the thing usually costs $1,000, and I got it for well, after taxes, it was $610. They were having a Memorial Day sale, so I thought that was pretty good because my laptop, the guys have been hanging out with me for a while know that my Chromebook is a piece of junk, and it constantly gives me issues with the screen because I've opened and shut the screen every day, multiple times a day for 5 years. So I can't blame it for it, but also Chromebook is going to stop doing security updates on this Chromebook because I've had it for so long.
493 Whiskey, Connect Phoenix.
So during the summer, I'm not going to have the ability to update my Chromebook, so I needed a new computer anyway. So I got a nice Dell coming to me with I think it's an i5 processor. I don't need a powerhouse laptop because I only use the laptop for like YouTube, watching YouTube and Twitch, and my charts. That's primarily what I use it for, is just charts because it sits off to the right of my desk. Let me see if I can bring up a picture. I'll show you what my desk looks like and where I have my laptop. So this is
493 Whiskey, Phoenix departure.
This is my old laptop, so I use this for charts as well as this monitor. So that's why I needed a new computer. This thing was like, it looks like what's the best way to describe it? Like the screen just keeps blacking out. I don't know how else to say it. It's all bad screen. Alright, see how the torque increases on its own, so that's why you have to keep an eye on it. We'll get a top of descent here in a minute. Let me sync up the heading bug. Alright, so we need to figure out the top of descent.
Air 139er. Now verify climate to flight level 220.
My bad. Climbing to flight level 220, 1399er. climb up 3,000 feet per minute.
One 1097 November, Prescott ground, runway 21 left, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 30 at Charlie. And what was your direction of departure again? Roger.
I'm not on my A game today. I'm on my B game.
Number 1097 November, runway 21 left, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 30 at Charlie.
All right.
The instruction is cross runway 30 at Charlie. 30.
What is the MEA for that area? About 4,000. So let's do.
If you don't have an airport diagram out, I highly suggest you get one out.
Say 4,000 for North Bend. So we'll save that. And we'll go to here. VNAV. We'll make this 1,500 feet per minute. So top of descent is in 11 minutes. And everything is looking good. There's no lights here. As long as all lights stay out when you do that, you're good. And A7 Lima Yankee, how you doing there, sir? Asus makes solid laptops. Yeah, I was looking at those, but they were a little bit too expensive. Like, if I was going to go with a gaming rig, I probably was going to go with an Asus, or however you say that. But I went with Dell just because I just looking for the best bang for the buck, and they had a good sale. Asus didn't really have any good sales that I saw yesterday when I was looking around. Like, some of the stuff had less, like instead of 1080p on the monitor, they were much, like, whatever is, what, 720 I think is underneath that.
If you want,
so I didn't go with Asus because of that.
if you want, you can try them on
Look at
4.85.
you and your pressurized rocket ship. Yeah, I had the speed, so I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna I'm gonna bleed speed for altitude. Poking along at 10,000 feet below you, heading north at 160. You're in the are you in the Kodiak or the Beaver? Probably the Kodiak at 160, right?
Down 12000, 11 Juliet.
Kodiak. Yeah, I know the Kodiak holds like 9 passengers. Let's see if we see you down there. Creepy people. Can't turn the lights on or off in here. You have to only have light control here for cabin lighting. All right, so let's look at weather for North Bend. So what is it? OTH. Altimeter is 30,000,000. about halfway. Don't think it does an FSC. If I recall, the gas weight and pax ratios on Kodiak and FSC was off. I was able to carry 9 passengers in the Kodiak the last time I tried it with FSC. But I might have had, like, my flights might not have been very long because I know it depends on the fuel as well. I know my shorts are pretty short. Our flights are pretty short. Altitude 3000 plus 400 and North Bend is 17, so 417 on the pressure. And by the way, this for those of you that are buying this airplane or bought it, this is part of, you know, the documents that come with the plane.
Citation 6911 Juliet, contact Casper.
Might be in here too.
12065.
Probably in here somewhere. But it comes with PDFs too, so I probably just downloaded the PDF. So runway length, I'm going to plan probably, I don't know.
Station 6911 Juliet, Casper approach, Casper altimeter 3017 Romeo is current.
The
You have an approach request, are you okay
350 at 9, so 31. We'll plan 31. So runway length is 4470. Heading
6911 Juliet, Roger,
315.
twin left heading 270, vectors visual approach runway 3.
And flaps will be approach. Bleed air on, engine ice will be off. Set the markers. Oh, that's wrong one. That was takeoff. Dagnabbit. Alright, let me come back to that. Let me see if where I'm at. We got 3 minutes, so I can probably try it again. 3 minutes. Landing weight will be probably close to 3.5. Altitude is what I say, 17. Altitude. That temperature's 17. Wind speed is 9 knots. You have to hit enter for each one of these. Heading is 350 or 350. Runway length.
Air 1399, descend and maintain 12000, the North Bend altimeter 3000.
Descend and maintain 12000, 3000, 1399. 2000. Now I'm going to hit the descend button. I've got it set up on my honeycomb, but that will take us down at 1500 feet per minute by default. Then you can adjust that if you want with the up and down arrow things there. Now that we are descending, we need to set the cabin pressure for that altitude, so 417. So that's 1,000, 417. So now you'll see the cabin is dropping about 600 feet per minute down to that altitude.
602 Denver
Oh,
Tower, runway
gosh.
17 right, clear for takeoff.
350, runway length is 4470. Runway heading is 315. Flaps down, set markers. Runway field length 3,100 for our weight. So all is good there. And the weather is fine. I'm not going to do an instrument approach. I'm just going to do a visual approach.
1097 November, Prescott Tower, left down departure approved, runway 21 left, clear for takeoff.
I'll turn the seatbelt signs back on. And Das says he thinks the gas weight and pax ratios on a Kodiak is off. I don't doubt that. And is there a beer button on the King Air?
611 Juliet,
Right? There should be. Go heading out, beer me. I should put it right there. They got a coffee maker.
Station 11 Juliet, if you do see the airport, it's
Even says coffee.
1 to 2 o'clock in 19 miles.
They should change that to beer.
I'll just get you closer to the final approach course there.
3000. So I'm just going to do a visual 3-1.
Walker 602, contact Denver departure.
So we can do procedure, approach, and we'll do visual 3-1. Just load.
Walker 602,
approach.
Denver departure, radar contact, line maintain flight level 230.
Altimeter is set, and tower is 1845. So get tower ready. Ground is 127.1 in AWAS, which never works. I don't know why. It just doesn't work here for some reason. I'll try it again, but maybe it will surprise me. 35075, we'll swap that over. And I'm not picking up squat, so not much faith in that. I'll put ground 127.1. That will remind me what ground is. We got tower. And we're current with Seattle. And get vectored for visual for
691 Juliet, cleared to visual approach, runway 3.
Cabin pressure should be dropping still. Yep, good there. And we shall take our passenger tables away from them. You got to, you have to first close the screen. Otherwise, if you do the table, it won't close. See, it just does that weird thing. So you have to close that, then the table. Close that, then the table. Seatbelts are on, both sides. Take out some more torque. Seatbelts are on already, so the only thing left to really do is put on auto ignition when we get a little bit lower. Ghost Pilot, I have to mention, if this was a real world pleasure trip, you'd probably want to go to Newport. Not North Bend. Newport has better restaurants and Rogue Brewing mothership, 20 miles from Tillamook. Let's see who gets down there first. If you're 20 miles away, it's going to be close. That'd be a good competition. See who lands first. I'm gonna keep up my speed then, see if I can beat you. It's gonna be pretty close. I'm faster, but you're closer. And yeah, I remember you telling me one of these streams that North Bend is kind of like a dive.
Texan 27, loud and clear. Are you and Texan 101 going to be operating here today?
But for visual approaches, it's actually pretty nice.
Okay.
Although it's
You
kind
guys
of
are
hazy.
outside the window for operations, so I won't be able to let you operate in the airspace at this time.
It's kind of hazy, but the visibility should be 10 square miles, so the haze should break up when we get lower. Add in some torque so I can keep my speed up.
What I was told is the hours of operations were 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Time, and when I put out a request for a military controller, they said that you guys wouldn't be able to operate today.
Put on some CL30 engines to your King Air, that'll win. Yeah, that would definitely give me an edge.
Number 1399, let me know when you have the weather for North Bend and what your approach quest is. North Bend altimeter 3000.
Current with weather at North Bend 3000 and visual runway 1399.
Roger. Walker 602, contact Denver Center 127.02. Station 11 Juliet, contact Casper Tower 118.3.
I'm hoping this haze goes away.
Denver Center, Walker 602.
Let's reload the weather, make sure everything looks right.
Walker 602, Denver Center, climbing maintain flight level 430.
Climbing maintain flight level 430.
Break the sound barrier. If I had the F-18 Hornet, I could break the sound barrier, that's for dang sure.
Station 11 Juliet, Casper Tower, runway 3, clear to land. Sky 414 hell on the ground, clear to Livingston Airport.
It's so hazy.
Deck 4 departure to Cons. And then as filed, climb via SID except maintain 9,000. Departure frequency 119.5 and squawk 3064.
Let's see what North Bend gives us. No.
Sky 414, read back correct.
What the F? Okay. ROTH. So what? 3-1.
Negative, you'll need to try again tomorrow.
So yeah, it's right down the runway for 3-1. No clouds, 9 knots. That's fine. That should work.
Vertical track.
How far away are you now? Coast pilot, are you? I'm still, you might land before me, actually. I'm still a little bit a ways away. Nine, 10, about 25 miles away, so you're probably going to land before me, would be my guess. Can add in a little bit more power, go a little bit faster here.
Station 69911 Juliet, taxi parking via Alpha, enter main district, take it out.
There's really only one approach that you can use for this runway, which would be a circling approach if I need it. Where is it? VOR Bravo, which I would usually take from Yachtvu. And then you would do the 10 DME arc, which the GPS just handles this for you. So GPS is awesome like that. You could do it slant alpha, but that's like way more difficult. You have to like turn the course 10 degrees, turn the heading 10 degrees. I mean, it's, I don't know, it's a pain in the butt. So I just let the GPS do the DME arcs nowadays. And then you come in like this, and then you do a circling approach for the circle to land for runway 31. You just step it down. So out here, the MEA is 3,900 or above. So I would just, you know, hold 4,000 feet in the arc until I get to Coos, Jordan. And then I go down to 3,000 at Jordan, 2,300 at Newry, 1,800 at the North Bend VOR. And you can step it down for we'd be about a B class. So 820 feet would be the circling altitude for circling for 3-1. But like I said, I'm just going to do I'm going to attempt to do a visual. If the visual doesn't work for whatever reason, then we can come back out. He can vector me to Coos maybe. Looks like it's starting to clear out now, so we should be okay. Miles.
And we're 1399. You can fly present heading and descend to maintain 6,000 vectors visual approach into North Bend.
Present heading, descend, maintain 6,000 for vectors for visual approach, 1399er, 6,000.
And you wanted runway 31,
340.
Correct, runway 31 for 1399.
Roger. Who else called?
It's Walker 390, level 340.
Walker 390, Oakland Center, roger.
Heading. Take it down, take out the power so we can slow down to 180 knots. And we've got 3-1 programmed. It's kind of a slippery bird, especially on descend. So we'll turn on our lighting. Auto ignition. Force it down a little bit more than the standard 1500. Let's see if I can bump it down to 25. Fall out of the sky. And we'll do flight plan. Activate approach. There's our center line. Right there. So that's our GPS visual approach, which is a really cool feature of the GTN. And down and off at the Mook. Big FSC payday. Oh, I bet. You beat me, but only by a little bit. I'm actually pretty close. I knew it was going to be tight. I knew it was going to be close.
Sky 414 Helena ground runway 9er taxi via Alpha, cross runway 5 at Alpha.
I think we might actually pass North Bend. He might vector me. Yeah, that's North Bend right there. I thought that looked familiar.
King Air 1399, turn right heading 14, correction, King Air 1399, turn left heading 140, and descend and maintain 4000.
Left turn 140, descend to 4000, 13900. I technically could say I have the field, but I'm in no rush. I'll just let him vector me for the approach. All good. He's taking us. We need to go this way anyway. I'm only 3 miles away from the runway. Boring but good route. Yeah, it was very scenic. Very scenic along the Portland coast. And like I said, it was yesterday's stream that when you subscribed and then, or you resubscribed, and then the sim crashed, made me think today I should make up for that.
Sky 414
So I'm glad I did. This was actually a really nice flight, so. I love Oregon.
King Air 1399, turn right heading 270.
Right turn 270, 13900. Plus this mod gives you this heading on the display here where the default King Air does not. So you have to get this mod to come up with the heading select. All right, we're at 180 knots, so we're going to do flaps 1 or 10 or whatever the hell it's called. I'm going to do conditioner full, props full.
Air 1399, turn right heading 330, the field will be at 12 o'clock and 10 miles, port in sight.
330 and field in sight 13900.
Air 1399, cleared visual approach. Runway 31, contact North Bend Tower 118.45, we'll see you.
Cleared visual 31 and North Bend Tower 18.45, 1399, see you. So go over to tower. And we'll take off the autopilot. And we're going to drop the gear. Go flaps full. North Bend Tower, King Air 1399, visual runway 31.
King Air 1399, North Bend Tower, runway 31, clear to land.
31, clear to land, 1399.
Sky 414, contact Helena departure.
Helena departure, Sky 414.
Get lined up here. All that is good. The yaw damper is off. All that is good. Landing lights, flaps, auto ignition, auto feather, everything is good. Yeah, this might be a dive in real world, but I just love the approach over the water. It's very scenic for the simulated world, at least. But yeah, you're right. Like if I was going to do that $100 burger run, it wouldn't be to this airport if I was in Portland. Portland is on my bucket list, man. One day I hope to meet you in person, and then we could, I don't know, take a charter or something. That'd be fun. A little bit high. I got 4 whites.
1,000 feet to minimums.
Speed's fine, so I'll start trimming out here. Have to add in some power.
500 feet to minimums.
Got one red.
Hello, Hello, Sky 414. Is 8.1 climbing via the stack 4 to 9, presently 4 miles east of the Helena VOR.
Sky 414, Helena departure, roger. Climb maintain 11000, report reaching 11000.
Climb maintain 11000, report reaching Sky 414.
There's that tree always right there. I always have to try to dodge it. If I had a chainsaw in the sim, I would take out that tree. Try to challenge myself and go around it. Cut the tree with the wing.
100 feet. 50 feet. Props full. Knots.
Always stop after the stop bar. And where am I? North Bend Tower, King Air 1399, the Central GA is fine.
Air 1399, taxi to parking via Bravo, enter in the circle. Good day.
Bravo with you, 1399. We'll see you.
Hello, departure Sky 414, reaching 1000.
Sky 414, thanks. Stand by. Sky 414, contact Salt Lake Center, 133.4.
133.4, Sky 414.
Take out the flaps. We'll reset our trim here.
Walker 390, cross seeds at maintain 11000, the San Francisco altimeter 2997.
Turn off our landing lights, strobes, auto ignition, and engine eyes on for ground ops. Turn off the
Sky 414, Salt Lake Center, radar contact, climb maintain 15000.
Come down here. Turn off torpedo and stall warnings. And prop sync off. I wish someone would make a North Bend custom payware airport, or even a nice freeware. I found this one on the org, so it's okay. It's not horrible. Landing was 121. Oh, ouch. I'll take that. I will take that.
Flagstaff Tower, Cessna 1097 November, approximately 10 miles to the southeast with information whiskey, full stop.
1097 November, Flagstaff Tower, correction. 1097 November, you're on the Prescott ground frequency, check your frequency.
I will, excuse me. 97 November.
Do seatbelts off, coffee maker furnace off. Cabin diff is 0. Air conditioning off. Pressurization's off.
Flagstaff Tower, Cessna 1097 November, approximately 8 miles to the southeast, with information whiskey, full stop.
1097 November, Flagstaff Tower, verify position, 7 miles.
All that stuff off. Avionics off, EFISRs off, inverters are off. Feather the props. Now we can do fuel cutoff. And we can turn off the gens. I'll leave the battery on for a replay. Come up here.
Disconnected.
Disconnect. Always make sure you disconnect before you do a replay.
1,000 feet minimum. 50 feet.
I floated it. That was a little bit too fast.
Props full. knots.
I had plenty of runway left. Plenty of runway.
60 knots. 1,000 feet to minimums. V1. 100 feet to minimums. 500 feet to minimums. $100 feet.
Let's clear that tree.
50 feet. Props full. knots.
Yeah, we got her tied down. Nice fight, guys. Nicely done. Thanks, Coast Pilot. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today, as usual. Thanks for the new follows, and thanks again, Coast Pilot, for resubbing. So, that was a good timing for the stream, because my wife and her daughter are actually on her way back, and her son is driving here this evening. So it's going to get very loud and chaotic here very soon. So I'm going to get out of here and enjoy the peace and quiet while I still can. Thanks for the stream. You bet, Commander. Take it easy, bud. Y'all have a nice one. Sounds like a good time. Yeah. We can call it that. Y'all take care. Chase out.
Perfect 665, maintain 10,000 until you join out, please.
Maintain 10,000 till established, Cosmic 665.
64, turn left heading 010, intercept with my 35 right localizer and reduce speed to 210.
Okay, 010, intercept 35 right, flow to 210, United 2364.
Skyway 4801, descend to maintain 10,000.
10,000, Sky's 4801.
You're discretion, you don't have to slow down. 5486 again, maintain 170 knots until Diamond, contact tower at Diamond 133.3.
Maintain 170 until Diamond, contact tower at Diamond 133.3, Sky's 5046.
Skyway 5267, you'll follow your company, 11 o'clock, 4 miles northbound, 10,000, report in sight.
Skies 5267, traffic left 11 o'clock in sight.
Skies 5267, maintain visual separation, expect to follow.
Skies 5267, maintain visual separation.
285, clear jet East, climb and maintain, flight level 230.
Approach 126.1. Commute here 4822, contact approach 120.8.
20.8, commute 4822.
665, traffic off your right will be overtaking you as a United Boeing 737.
35 right localizer and the field side, so I'll see you anymore.
Thank you. Southwest 1488, reduce speed to 170, then descend and maintain 10,000.
170 knots, and then 10,000 Southwest 1488.
Skies 4801, descend and maintain 9,000.
9,000, Skies 4801.
Skies 4822, 14.5.
Franz, contact tower 133.3, good day.
Part of that was blocked. You said 210, or you said what speed to France?
United 604, maintain 170 knots or greater to Franz. At Franz, contact tower 133.3, good day.
Consider better to France, 33.3. Now United 604.
45 for well, 127.
2000.
Then maintain 12,000, Skies 3092.
Southwest 1694, clear visual approach to my 35 right, maintain 200 knots.
Maintain 210 knots, clear visual 35 right, South 1694.
Descending now.
They're still both in sight. Skywest 5267.
Scout 5665, maintain that 170 until you're over Diamond, please. It's after follow you and traffic in front. Connect tower, we're down on 133.3.
170 knots to Diamond into tower there. Skies 5665.
45-2 for Zenit Via, 12 on 3 right.
American 642, Denver